Okay, so welcome to the March Reiki Reiju. Gosh, I have a feeling this year is going to really fly by. Like January seemed quite a slow slog, but then since then it's just been literally flying by. So that's been quite interesting in and of itself. And the pre-chat before we started the recording was really around this issue of the shifts that are taking place in March and some of the shifting in the manifesting energy that we're starting to notice. And so quite a lot of us have been going through some pretty major shifts and changes in direction, maybe a freeing of old paradigms and practices. And I'm really encouraging you to start to meet the universe. Now, this sounds really weird, but my experience of manifesting over the last couple of months is that in the past, we would sort of put out a desire, like I want this, I want to have this change, or I want to manifest a new job, or I want to manifest a different car, or whatever. And what I've been noticing, because over the last couple of months, I've been needing to manifest quite a lot of different things because I'm changing job, I'm changing location, I need a new apartment, blah, 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 lots and lots of things. And I was getting quite stressed around a lot of this. But then I started to notice that there is this meeting that happens that is, you have a wish. And I would say go big. So I would say dig into your secret desire, the area that you kind of think, ooh, it's going to sound weird phrasing, but often if you dig deep, there will be a certain worthiness around some of the things you ask for. So you're like, ooh, I'm not really worthy of this, or this doesn't really happen to people like me, or something, whatever that is. But I would say ignore all that and really go for the heart's desire. So for a few of you, you're changing relationships, or you're letting go of relationships. And it's kind of like, what would be the perfect next manifestation? And not necessarily tomorrow, but where you're moving into, and have the not the courage, but the playfulness to just put it out there, like you dare to dream. And so you have there needs to be a certain directionality rather than just saying, oh, I leave it to the universe. So that this meeting is, you meet it. So you come in with a kind of a desire, but a really deep, heartfelt desire. And then the meeting of it is that you then leave it out there. So you don't then overfocus, overstress, overthink. You come up with the desire, and then you just allow the universe to meet it. Now, that meeting might be the next hour, or that meeting might be next year. So we don't know that, but you start to pay attention to where your action is then oriented. So before the recording, I was giving this example of I've been looking for a dining room table, and I was looking online on Facebook, and I found a table, and I thought, oh, great. But when I measured it, it was too big. So then my desire, to put a very simple example, was a table similar in design, but with this dimension, with a smaller dimension. And I wasn't deliberately manifesting. I was just literally thinking, oh, that'll be great in this size. Now, the action that I take to meet the universe is I keep looking. So I'm continuing to browse. And then lo and behold, within an hour, up pops this table with the perfect dimension and the perfect finish and everything I was looking for. So there is still an action that we are required to do. Like, I couldn't just sit there and go, right, the table is going to be delivered to my front door without me doing anything. Clearly, I need to still look. I still need to hold an intention behind it. And I still need to have a certain directionality in my action. I can't just sit and do nothing. But there is this magical essence that personally I feel is a growing collaboration. And so I'm just inviting you to play around with this and to go a bit bigger. So to start dreaming about things that maybe in the past you would have gone, oh, it doesn't happen to people like me, and actually start to dream a little bit bigger. So one of the meditations we're going to do today is just to open our energy to that and to play around with that. Yeah. So let's just get comfortable. And when we do the attunement, play around with this idea also that you can pull the attunement in for yourself. This whole idea of attuning yourself, honestly, I feel is becoming more and more established. And so for some of you, you might not feel very much. That's fine. For others, you might really start to notice, actually, this is really true. Not only when you're listening to me guiding you, but when you're sitting on your own before meditation or exercise, or even before you go to sleep. Hands in Gasho, prayer pose, placing it around your heart center, but your elbows and your shoulders relaxed, your back resting against the back of the chair, nice and comfortable. And you're just starting to close your eyes, stack your spine so that it's upright, but not rigid. So it's nice and upright. You can feel the energy as you breathe. You're just breathing into the belly, just starting to lower your attention down into the base. Taking a few breaths and then just starting to open your energy, whatever that means to you. So it may just be that as you inhale, you can feel the breath coming into the chest and the lungs. And as you exhale, you just allow that energy to spread all through your body, relaxing you as you do this. And then we're going to invite the attunement. And often it feels most natural to invite the attunement through the crown, the top of the head. But that might not be the case for you. You might notice it more around your heart center or your hands or just all through your body. But as a point of focus, you can invite the crown, the top of your head to open like 1,000-petaled lotus. Just imagine that it's opening, allowing, inviting the Reiki attunement down through the crown. You can use the breath as well, inhaling it in, into the heart center, exhaling it out, down through the arms, into the hands themselves. Just see if you can feel that energy, beautiful circle of energy down through the crown, into the chest, the heart, out through the hands. The hands might start to tingle or heat up. And if you don't notice much, that's absolutely fine. So we're not straining to notice if there's nothing to see, nothing to feel. And then whenever you're ready, just bringing your hands anywhere on your body. So you could be placing them on your thighs. You could be placing them around the tummy. Sometimes people like to have one hand over the heart center, one hand on the belly, but just making sure that the hands are comfortable. And we continue to breathe, relax, doing a quick body scan, relaxing around the face and eyes, the cheeks, the jaw, all the way down into the shoulders, down the arms, into the hands and fingers, into the chest, so opening the chest slightly, as if you're pulling back your shoulder blades just ever so slightly, just to open that area. Then also keeping the back relaxed all the way down into the belly, relaxing the muscles around the tummy, into the thighs, the hips, the pelvis, all the way down to the feet. Paying attention to the feet, the pressure of the floor. If you're wearing shoes or socks, you might notice the fabric all around the feet. And imagine that your feet are really solid and sinking into the floor, so you're nice and grounded. And in this theme of meeting the universe, we're going to start off by just feeling our place in it. So you can feel yourself, feet on the floor, bottom on the seat, back on the chair. So you can feel your physical space in the room. The chair is supporting you. The floor is supporting you. And now extending your attention out into the air itself, the temperature. If you've got a fan or aircon on, there might be a movement of the air, a breeze. Just noticing your connection with the air and how it too supports you. You're breathing it in and out. So it's not only outside you, but also inside you, in your lungs, in your sinus cavity, in your nostrils, your throat. And you can play around with this sensation of inhaling the air, and then exhaling all that vitality around the body into all the cells and back out again. See if you can create this sensation of merging with the air, with your environment, so that your body, your physical body, becomes one with the air around you. Just play with this, don't overthink it. Getting a sense that your awareness can expand beyond your body into the air, into the room. You can play around with this by feeling the walls, the ceiling, seeing if you can get a sense of the dimensions of this room, like your energy is filling the entire space. Almost as if your awareness itself extends beyond the physical body. You can feel your awareness in the air, in the walls. And this edge that we play with is the edge of manifesting. When we become the same as the universe, not different. Or a feeling of being equal. And in this spaciousness, just notice if there's any desire, any secret dreams or hopes that are just bubbling away. There might be a few. And without putting too much attention on them, just allow that desire, the secret wishes, the heart's desire to bubble up and out into the room like an offering or a request. And the request is very light, almost like the surprise you would get if you won the lottery or a special prize you weren't expecting. That kind of energy, just offering it up with no attachment, a playfulness. Just playing with the edge of that. And seeing how it feels when you put it out there. Just noticing what other thoughts might follow it. Some negativity perhaps, or unworthiness. Just noticing it, you don't have to do anything with it. And remembering that we're offering it as a playful, co-creative endeavor. We don't need it to happen for our own happiness. It's just some fun. And remembering to breathe, remembering to stay really relaxed. It's like playtime with the universe. And the more relaxed and playful you can be, the more open you can be to the actions you might need to take, or the inspirations, or the clarity. And moving into the trust. Trusting your own unfolding process. Trusting that you'll be supported, that you are held. And noticing how that feels for you. You might notice the support from the floor, the air, the breath. You might notice it's all around you. Or perhaps it comes from a certain direction or an image. And just staying relaxed throughout this whole process. Noticing where the mind goes. And staying relaxed and open with no judgment. If there's any healing, if there's any particular space you'd like the Reiki to go. You can also take advantage of a gentle direction, inviting the Reiki to help you with a certain issue or area, much like sending Reiki. You might continue to play with this idea of breathing the Reiki in through the crown, out to all the cells, your aura, the environment. You might play around with using the breath as your Reiki focus, inhaling the Reiki through the nose, into the lungs, out to all the cells, your aura, the environment. Or you might notice it feels most comfortable through the hands. The Reiki pulsates through the hands, into your body, all the way through the body, into the aura, into the environment. Or finally, you might even feel it all around you. The Reiki, the breath, your cells, your awareness, all one thing. Noticing what resonates with you, what feels true. Allowing yourself to enjoy whatever is happening for you, just for the next few moments. Very gently, just starting to elongate your breath, taking it a bit deeper into the belly, starting to move your body with the breath, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Raising your arms above your head if that feels good, giving yourself a little stretch and a wiggle all the way down the spine. And whenever you're ready, opening your eyes.